If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as follow me and subscribe to me on all my other social media platforms. What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back once again to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel, and, well, my voice, it's still not quite all the way back, but better than part 1 on Tuesday, so I figured why not come on here and do part 2 of Under the Radar for the week of, March 31st, as I didn't do any album reviews during the weekend, so I thought, to make up for it, how about I come on here and talk about 6 albums that came out the weekend of March 31st. I've already talked about 3 of them on Tuesday. Now time to talk about the remaining 3. Kicking things off, I'm going to be talking about the newest offering from Spirit Possession of the Sign. So yeah, this is another one I was enthralled to check out thanks to Thralls of Metal doing a review for it. And yeah, this is a 2-person black metal project out of Oregon, Portland to be exact. So yeah, you got the drummer Ashley, who also does synths, and Steven, who does the guitars and the vocals. Don't know if they got an actual bass on this album, but it does sound like there's bass on here. But yeah, this is just some crawling black metal that has moments and nods to like punk and thrash and even classic metal. Like, I honestly got nods from bands like Tormentor, which was an important first wave black metal band, Negative Plane, and even Norwegian bands like Throne and even Ara Noir. I say Throne because of that, bringing in the classic metal influence and the punk influence on top of their black metal sound. Ara Noir for whenever it gets down to like the more blackened thrash moments. But yeah, this is definitely trying to grab from a lot of different places. And like I said, these riffs, probably the best thing about the album is the riffage. Like, there's a lot of crawling riffs, there's some cool melodies on here. It even chugs in like triplet form at times here and there on the album. Now, really my only major complaint I have about this album, I'm not the biggest fan of the vocals. I just thought, even for black metal standards, the vocals were a little bit too unwieldy and a little too cartoonish for my taste. Again, this is just my opinion. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the vocals. And also, the other complaint I had was having those 3 instrumental tracks, I felt kind of ruined the flow of the album for me a little bit and kind of took me out of it a little bit. But other than that, this is some pretty solid stuff. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend those who enjoy black metal that has nods to punk, thrash, and classic metal. And if you like crawling riffs, you're going to dig this. But for me, it was good. Vocals could have been better, and those instrumentals could have been wiped off the album, and I think it would have made it a bit stronger. But again, that's just my opinion. But now moving on to the other album I was going to do a full review for during the weekend before my voice decided to say fuck you to me. Thron with Dust. So yeah, this is more black metal, this time from Germany. And, well, this is some interesting black metal. Like, there's a lot of groove and some speed moments coming in here, as well as a few nods to classic metal, just like Spirit Possession, only done in a different, more darker, sinister way. But yeah, like I said, groove and speed. Of course, you get your token black metal tremolos and blast beats, but they're kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of taking a backseat to more songwriting chops when it comes to developing riffs and groove and some more, like, almost thrashy or even speed metal moments here and there. But definitely a lot of these melodies that you get on this album are very, very dissonant. And there was even some nods to like bands like Dark Funeral and Watain, but also again Dark Throne, but even a little bit of Necrophobic, which was really cool, especially whenever it gets into the more groovy parts. Made me think of Necrophobic a little bit. So overall with this album, maybe the only complaint I have about it is that it is a bit bloated. It is over 55 minutes long, so they were maybe trying to cram maybe a little bit too much for my taste. But, and also some of the songs did start to kind of sound the same a little bit. But other than that, this is another good one. I also give this one an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it for what it was, and for those of you who like black metal with a little more groove, you might dig it. Excuse me. But now on to the final album for March 31st, and that is Kommand with Death Age. So yeah, finally talking about a straight up death metal album this week, and this is death metal from Los Angeles, California, and well, best way to describe this album, bolt thrower worship done pretty damn well. Like, this is groovy, doom-laden, hardcore inspired death metal. Like, very much in the vein of bolt thrower, but also even some like modern bands kind of get thrown in here too, like Frozen Soul, Gatecreeper, and even Tomb Mold when it gets a little bit kind of cavernous. But yeah, these grooves and like the themes of this album definitely make me think of Bolt Thrower, but whenever it gets down to like the faster stuff, it does make me think of Frozen Soul. But when it gets into like the more kind of faster sections, like D-beat stomps, I immediately thought of Gatecreeper. So yeah, this is death metal with some old school, but also some new school philosophy kind of laced together. And of course with the themes of war and death, immediately Bolt Thrower. So yeah, overall, and also this is only 6 songs and it's like 26 plus minutes long. So this is short, sweet, and to the point. Like, yeah, it might go down the Bolt Thrower well a little bit too much at times, but it is a well that I do enjoy. So overall, 8.5 out of 10 for this one. This is some really damn good death metal from some upcoming boys out of Los Angeles, of all places, paying nods to the old school as well as some of the new school. But yeah, really good album. And that does it for this week's Under the Radar Part 2. What was your guys' favorite albums of March 31st? Let me know in the comment section below. As far as this coming weekend, there's only a couple of albums coming up. I might end up doing full reviews for it, but I'm looking forward to the week after because we're getting Metallica and Overkill, and I can't wait for those albums. I pre-ordered them. They'll be here today. They come out. I just can't wait to check them out. But anyways, until next time, you people, keep your horns high and your dreams wet.